So saw a post on Threads. I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to share it with any other YouTube content creator, any other artist looking for some inspiration ideas, possibly for new videos and content for you to make. So I wrote them down. I wrote them down. So this is 15 content ideas for you as an artist. So number one, make a video describing your creative process. So either you can just show them or tell them, but make a video describing your creative process. Number two is to show documentation of a successful testimony from a customer. Number three, if you have it, show a first piece versus now to show progression. So here's one of my first pieces when I started, here's where it's at now. Number four, how did you get into whatever form of art that you do? Number five, a day in the life. So show your morning routine, then show your creative process, and then show your night routine. Number six, what helps inspire your creativity? Number seven, what's your favorite medium and why? Number eight, what's your favorite product to use while you're creating? Number nine, what's one of your favorite pieces? Number 10, do a before and after. So get a blank canvas, a blank scratch if you do poetry, or just start blank and then go from start to finish. Number 11, where are you most creative? Is there a certain place or certain setting? Number 12, what inspires your creative process? Number 13, a close-up showing the details of your work. Number 14, talk about you, the artist behind the art. And number 15 is what feeling does your art give you? So those are 15 content creation ideas if you're an artist. Now, I would suggest that you write those down and then you start to think about how you would break that into 15 videos or collapse them into multiple. So for somebody like me, ones I got stuck on, the creative process. Well, even if we go back to before that, an artist. Sometimes you might tell somebody you're an artist. I'm like, I'm an artist. And they're like, well, what music do you do? But you might tell somebody else and say, well, what type of drawings or paintings do you do? And so, but if you're multi-talented, if you are just an artist, and you say, well, I do pottery, I do drawing with pencils, I do acrylic, oils, gouache, I paint on shoes, jean jackets, clothes, I write multiple books, I'm a poet, I'm an author. Like when you say you're an artist and trying to describe your creative process, then that was one of the things for me, is like I have multiple creative processes for each form of art that I do. And then another one, some of these is kind of already knocked out the way. It's just maybe is not as titled as that, like a successful testimony from a customer. I have plenty of reviews I can look at from my old website. First piece, what first piece are we talking about? Are we talking about me drawing? Are we talking about me painting? Are we talking about my jean jacket? We talking like, which first piece should I go with? A day in the life? as an artist, one of the most things that one of the reasons you delve into being an artist is your days don't have a lot of structure to it, and you try to vary it up. You can draw creativity from it and just put yourself in various situations to gain more creativity. A favorite piece, I was like, yo, I just talked about all of that. I didn't even mention photography and modeling and being a fashion designer. I was like, you know how hard it is for to ask me, you got a favorite picture of yourself? You know how many pictures and favorite pictures? And we were talking about mediums, right? I try to focus now on music videos and video editing. I'm like, yo, I got a playlist just of my favorite videos. But inside of those videos, I got my favorite pieces, my favorite shirts, my favorite jackets, my favorite. It's like one piece. I can't pick my favorite. One piece, no man. Where am I most creative? It's like anywhere. I draw inspiration from wherever I'm at. And what's your favorite product to use? Well, it depends. If I'm doing my poetry, I might want to puff my cigar or my cigar pipe. It could be the tobacco. It might be the peach cobbler. It might be the flying pigs. It really just depends. And then the feeling that it gives you. But those are, if you're an artist and you're looking for some creational ideas, those are 15. And so if I had to give one more piece of advice, one of the things that also inspires me and puts me into a piece of motivation, basically, a piece of advice. And one of the things I try to tell a lot of other people. Because, I think a part of being a star is you have to overcome a limited mindset. And so one of the most motivating piece of inspiration is how can you create your idea with what you have if you adopt the mentality that you have everything you need to bring forth your idea. So if you always sit in that mindset and like, okay, man, I have this idea. How do I either freely achieve it or use what I have to bring it to life? Just as an example, one time I was like, I can be a cigar band artist. So cigars have a band on them. Cigars have a band on them. And I said I could be a cigar band artist. Now, a limited mindset is not even that limited, but you're thinking on the spot, it's like, man, I might have to go to this place to get them professionally printed and all this other stuff. And that's gonna cost money, and I'm gonna need money to do this and that. How did I do this? I took a piece of paper, I drew on the paper, I made a design on it, and then I wrapped that around the cigar and said, I'm a cigar band artist. That was a free way to create the idea. And so it's always, how can you create from what you have? Again, today, how can I own my own business and at least see myself in it? There was a shed over there. I spray painted Graffiti Jungle on the inside. I made a sign that said Graffiti Jungle, put that on the outside, and then I brought all my books to have a mobile t-shirt book business. I put the t-shirts and the books inside of a suitcase, and I carried that, and I brought multiple jackets and another pair of shoes. Well, I think I had one pair of shoes, but I brought 2 jackets in my book bag, and I had my suitcase, and I did a little pop-up. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, this is me stepping out of my cigar art fashion studio. And I did that freely. The shed was out there. They're marketing the sheds. I just walked inside of a shed. I spray painted Graffiti Jungle on the inside. On the outside, I made a sign and hung that on the outside. I did all of this with what I had to just say, you know what? I have a business in my head, and this is how I see it coming together. And so I won a Lamborghini. So How can I get a Lamborghini? I saw a remote control car Lamborghini, bought it. And then I started doing music videos with it. I made some edits with it. I have 3 Lamborghinis. I have a red one, I have a black one, and I have a white Lamborghini. So it's like, how can you just always put yourself in the energy, in the space of where you would like to be? And the last piece I'll say is, they say that the distance between where you are now and where you want to be is discipline and mindset. So how can you adopt those mentalities? That's 15 content creation ideas, just a little piece of advice for any other artists out there.